Hello guys, Dylan Pratt here from SLG. Just before the midterm, I had a number of emails from students asking for exam writing tips, for exam writing strategies or note-taking strategies or study tips and stuff like that. On the first one here, I'm going to be focusing on some note-taking strategies. And that's because note-taking is very important. You can just write on paper if you want and just rewrite everything, but that can often be very inefficient, not be very good use of your time. So developing a proper note-taking technique that's good for you will help you not only this semester, but it'll help you in all semesters to come. So why are note-taking strategies good? Well, there's a number of reasons, and of course I have to put a little disclaimer here that just because it's a good note-taking strategy doesn't mean it'll work for everyone. You guys will have to find your own note-taking strategy that'll work for you throughout your degree. But some of the reasons why it's good to look at different note-taking strategies or find one that works for you is, first of all, it increases memory retention. So when you're writing an exam, obviously that's very important. It makes it easier to recall that information when you're under pressure. It's also really useful when you're writing papers, doing assignments, or in future classes where you may need the information for different reasons. It also helps to condense down the material for review. So if you guys spend 1 hour studying beforehand and you guys take good notes, well, the review may only take about half an hour because you've taken good notes and you feel like you've condensed them enough to a point where you can quickly run through the material. Another reason why it's important is that it can boost confidence before quizzes and exams. Now, many people will get panicked before they're writing an exam or stressed when they're writing an exam, and that's fine. I get stressed too. But boosting confidence is really important because if you feel confident going in, your brain's less likely to go into a panic. That's because when your brain panics, it does have problems accessing certain pathways that you've made. And that's not what you want on an exam. You want to be able to access all those pathways in your brain and find all the information in a timely manner. So those are just a few reasons why developing or finding a note-taking technique that works for you is very important. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first one I want to go over today is the Cornell Notes. And if you've been to my SLG sessions, you guys have probably heard about these ones a couple times now because they're one of my personal favorites. Cornell Notes are defined by having a concept on one side and a description on the other. And then as you go through your reviewing, you add a new concept, you add a couple descriptors to it, and then you so forth. And once you finish that section, you make a brief summary at the end or the bottom of the page. Now, there's a few reasons why this note set is good. First of all, it's really good at condensing and segmenting things into individual ideas, which are a bit easier to remember. And you can also draw extra lines or make extra notes in the margins if you guys want to relate ideas to them. The second thing is that they're also multi-useful or multi-role, where you can fold over one side, such as the description or the concept, and then you can quiz yourself on it, treating them like flashcards. That's one of the good things about proper notes or good note-taking techniques, so that it means you can reuse your notes later and still use them in a very effective way.
Hi everyone, my name is Samim and I'm going to guide you through a tutorial on how to make the most effective and efficient Cornell Notes. So the first step in making Cornell Notes is deciding on a good title for your note package. This is just to focus in on the subject that you are attempting to make notes off of. And here's a good example on how I would deem a good and appropriate title. The next step in your Cornell Notes is to make a dividing line with a faint graphite or pen about 1/4 or 1/3 from the left margin. Next, you can decide on after reading the text, you ask yourself questions and prompts. You should make a balance between easy and hard difficulty and medium questions as well. Next, you can answer your questions and your prompts efficiently, and I would encourage you to use diagrams and drawings as much as you can. Finally, once you have all those filled in, you can fold the paper along the line that you drew in step 2, and then you can follow the instructions in the box. So basically, you're trying to rehearse this information and commit it to long-term memory. And a practical example of how I used Cornell Notes in my biology class in high school and first year university. You can see the title is there pretty clear. And after I read the textbook on the relevant sections and topics, I've written out these questions for myself. And here are the answers that I've written. And you can see definitely highlighting, drawing sketches and diagrams are encouraged. After that, I fold the paper along the line that I drew in step 2. And I go through the rehearsing stages and basically trying to commit that information into long-term memory. And that's it. Thanks for watching.